So now, hopefully, before watching this video, you've studied the 3N ads formula and you understand the general construct that I try to build when I'm creating ads. Hopefully you've gone through the research part of finding good ads as well. So you should be primed now on what makes a good ad, the different ad formats that you've got in Facebook. And in this example here, I want to show now how I take my 5W avatar, my 4-funnel system, and generate ad copy and the kind of what I'm trying to get out of the ad copy as well to create some kind of shift. So in this example, I'm going to use an e-commerce product to show how, for this particular example avatar, how I'm going to try and construct taking my ad angle and creating that ad copy as well. So this one, for example, we're targeting women or men buying gifts for their partners. The kind of transformation opportunity, the big idea here is the perfect personalized gift, creating memories in the present. So if you've been through the 5W avatar section, you'll understand this already. I've created some hooks on the left, so the emotional whys, the rational reasons to buy on the right hand side, and then some barriers as to why people wouldn't buy. And that goes into my 4-funnel system, as we've been through in the 4-funnel system guide of how I create my copy and kind of bring and merge different parts of the copy into that funnel as well. Now for this particular example, I'm just going to pick off the first angle from this 5W avatar. So the first angle, and here I've just shared 5, sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 4. It's more about creating the right angles than the quality, than the quantity. So quality is more important. So the first example here is seeing my partner's face when receiving the gift. So this is an emotion that I want to get out. And what I want to show you in the examples here are 3 different ads for the same angle, just to show you some of the thought process that goes into creating the ads. The first example is going to be kind of a typical ad that you might see from someone that's running an e-com store that's selling a particular type of gift product, and I'll share what that is and kind of how they'd kind of create the ad copy. And I think a lot of you will recognize this because I think a lot of you probably use it and you've seen ads for this as well. The second example is then creating a bit more of a kind of hook and storyline into the copy. Then the third example is really pulling on the emotion, and I'll show you how to sell a product on value and emotion more than price, and you know how I kind of create better consistency, higher ROAS, better CPA, better growth, all that kind of stuff by just working on my ad copy and my angle and my creative. So the first example here is taking the angle, so seeing my partner's face when receiving the gift, which is in orange, and this is an example product on my gift store, which is a $49.99 personalized necklace. So this is just an example. I just found it on Google search. If it's your product, great, you can use this copy. And the audience I'm going for here is men buying for their wives. Just for the sake of this example, could be men buying for wives, women buying for husbands, could be men buying for husbands, women buying for wives. There's lots of different variations of this as well. But I've just picked one avatar here, so men buying for their wives. There's the product image, and it's a typical image that people would use in their ads. Might be a video, might be a static, for example. And at the bottom, you can see my headline, the perfect gift for her. Nothing amazing, but it's nice. Then on the right-hand side, I created this copy to give you an example of the typical kind of e-commerce store that ad that I see. And I'm not even attacking drop shippers. This happens for branded e-com as well, but it's just to give you an example. So this personalized heart pendant is the ideal gift for the special lady in your life. Nice little emoji. Personalize the back with your own unique message. Plus, buy today and save 15% off your first order. Hooray! Fast shipping time, US, high quality, variety of styles, etc. Create your uniquely personalized message at blah blah blah, your website. There's nothing wrong with the ad itself. What I want to show you is the potential transformation you can create for your prospect in the newsfeed by understanding the angle. So, you know, the angle is seeing my partner's face when receiving the gift. There's no real mention of that. So I'm going straight for the kill here. I'm looking at the functional benefits, which is, the personalized heart pendant is the ideal gift for the special lady in your life. Okay, that's okay. I mean, it's not bad to bring people into this ad. And then I'm going straight for the kind of functional, so you can personalize the back with your own unique message. That's the unemotional attachment. Now I can start formulating a price. And then you go straight into a discount. So buy today and save 15% off your first order. Then you're giving me all the functional benefits of this product. If I saw this ad, I'm weighing up spending $50 and then what you're giving me, which is a pendant, different styles, colors. All right, get 15% off, made in the USA. Okay, so these are all now rational decisions that I am going to make. Do I want to buy this $50 product for my wife? Maybe, maybe not. The second example here is now taking the same image but creating a different hook. So it's the same product, it's the same angle, same audience, men buying for their wives. Here's the image, but just take a look at the copy here. So I took a bit longer to create this because I wanted to evoke some kind of visual construct of what I'm creating and target a specific type of man with a specific goal in mind. So here we go. The body copy is a gift that reminded her of that special day. That's all I wanted. The look on her face, like the day she said yes. I shot the malls for hours. I searched online, but it just wasn't us. Nothing said it quite like I meant it. I almost gave up. Almost. Because I found the most perfect gift. A beautiful necklace with a 2-heart pendant. My personal message to her on the back. A heart bonded from 2 colliding stars. Only she knows what that truly means. She always will for eternity. Create your uniquely personalized message at website.com. Now, I don't know how you felt reading that, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you'd even consider a product like that. But just think about the feeling as I talked you through that ad, and you can go back and read it yourself because obviously I've done it in my voice and my tone, and you'll do it in your own internal voice as well. But and you may even start using my voice internally as well, which is a bit more freaky. But just reading through that copy, I've tried to evoke an experience from this because I want this person that's going to see this ad, and bear in mind, with one angle, I can write multiple body copy for that. So seeing my partner's face when receiving the gift, I want you to visualize it and I want you to feel it. As the person that I'm trying to target, I want you to visualize it and feel it. Because when you do that, there's no way that you can look at this $50 product, when you click on the site, and especially if I carry that message into my landing page, you cannot quantify that visualization or that feeling. So you can't go into my page and say, that feeling that I kind of felt, is it worth $50? Of course it is. Of course it isn't. Who knows? Like that's something that's going to be quite personal to that person. But if they want to share that experience with the person they love, $50 is nothing. Like that's the difference between these two ad copies, which is, ad copy one is going straight for the kill. It's like, buy this product. That's what you're telling me. It's just buy this product. The second ad is saying experience this feeling. Do you understand the difference there? That's what the 5W avatar is really about when you're constructing your ad copy, is the difference between thoughts and feelings. Because now if you ask me to think about price and the functional benefits, as you are here, I can quantify $50 and it's a simple yes or no. Now you're giving me, you're evoking a feeling, you're giving me something a bit more challenging that my brain can't construct a $50 value, because a feeling is not something you can go to the shop and buy. Obviously you can, because I'm constructing it here, but it's done in a different way. But we can go a step further now in this third example, and I want to show you the power of copywriting. And I write copy because I enjoy writing stories. There's a thing about I shared with, I can't remember who it was, maybe in my newsfeed. I wrote about story selling. Story selling is, it doesn't matter if I'm selling e-com, info product, and anything in between. If I can evoke a feeling, I have more chance of grabbing you into my funnel than if I make you think about something a bit more functional. So, the story selling is when I can construct stories. Now, for this body copy, for example, I could easily get a voiceover, give them this exact script to run over this video and create some kind of images that add to that feeling and create that that kind of the immersive experience of being in that situation. If I add a voiceover now and create a video from this, I'm 10xing the impact from this. Like, there's so many levels that you can construct and generate this from. Now, you know, you look at this, I could probably up the price here. Like, this is the other thing here. If this product, let's say for example, the cost price is $15 and right now it's costing you $30, $40, $50 to acquire a customer. On the one hand, if you can construct the copy that really cuts through, you should be able to convert more people, more clicks, more conversions, and get your cost per acquisition down, which is great because now you can start profiting with that $50 product. But the other thing you can also do is edge up the price, because now you're selling value. You know, you could sell this for $60, $65. You can do price testing on that. Now all of a sudden, not only is your CPA, your cost per acquisition, dropping, but your return on ad spend is increasing because the value of what you're selling is so much more higher. So, you know, there's quite a few things I want you to take away from this. Some of you may need to pause and go back. That's absolutely fine. But this is so essential to getting the best value out of Facebook, giving your user the best experience and getting them onto your site and converting them at the highest level. And like, everything just starts to fall through and everything just works. Now, let's take it up a notch. Let's take it into our third example here, which is, let's not even focus on the necklace. Let's actually focus on the experience. Now, if we say, with this image right there, and just look at this image, a gift that reminded her of that special day. That's all I wanted. The look on her face, like the day she said yes. I shopped the malls for hours. I searched online, but it just wasn't us, etc., etc., etc. Imagine that as a video, as a kind of moving video, man, woman walking, feeling great, experiencing each other's love, etc., etc. Now, you know, when you present that $50 necklace in that video, or whatever it is, that $50 feels cheap because you want that experience. You want your wife, your partner, whatever it is, to have that experience. You're buying that experience. Like, that's the thing about buying a gift. You're not buying it for the product. You're buying it for the feeling that it is generated by you gifting it to the other person. So this is just a gifting example, but I really want you to understand how you can create better ad copy and better experience to help create everything, you know, to get your goals in place, but to improve the level of advertising out there as well. And by you setting an example, getting great results, hopefully you'll inspire others as well to do the same. So, you know, this is kind of around ad copy and kind of the process I go through. But there's another level to this as well, and I've alluded to this in different parts of the training. And what I want you to take away is, it's such a simple process. It is, honestly, it is. Although you can kind of look at that ad copy and say, how can I create that for my niche, and how can I create something as good as this? I've been studying copy for about 15 years now, and I've gone through lots of insights and testing on email and Facebook ads and paid search and things like that. So I've learned a ton over time that I can take any avatar and literally create copy within 10 minutes. And you know, if I was a copywriter, I could easily charge thousands and I can make a career out of that. But you know, I enjoy doing more than just writing copy. But the construct is really simple. This is something that's been in the marketing fold for decades and decades, way before the internet was even made, which is the AIDA funnel: attention, interest, desire, and action. I can't tell you how simple this is because it ties into the 5W avatar. So the first part of AIDA is attention. So the big bold statement, reach for their problem or opportunity. The first two lines in your copy matter. And you know, this will depend on the ad format you're playing with. But for example, in the newsfeed, if you can't hook them on the image in the first two lines, the rest of it doesn't matter. So that's really, really important to get that right, and you need to grab that attention through. Attention comes through the visual as well as the copy, depending on the ad format. Then comes the interest stage. So you've got them hooked, now keep them. Build a bridge story from problem to solution. So the bridge story I used here was that I wanted to find the perfect GIF, but I wanted something that shared my personal message to her. and you know, bringing the problem to solution was that I found a necklace where I could actually personalize it, and I personalized it. So now I step them from interest to desire. I'm reaching out to their income, their outcomes, improving something that will change their situation for the better, and trying to create the solution that I believe that they must have. So I want to create that desire and then telling them what to do next. So I want them to get into the next part of my funnel, enter your uniquely personalized message pendant necklace at website.com. Now, here's one thing that people do miss out is when you write an ad, and depending on the ad format again, don't just assume that by using the default buttons that Facebook gives you, so like learn more, shop now, for example, that people will know what to do. People are on the news feed, in Instagram, in Messenger, they're not there for your ad. And the more simpler and guided you make it, the higher your click-through rate and the higher the conversion all the way through, because you follow that through your funnel. So guide them, tell them what to do. So, you know, click the link below to download, or register for this webinar, click here. That's why a lot of ads include the website in the ad copy as well. Maybe at some point Facebook will change that, but right now you can have your links in the ad, so use that to your advantage. So just to show you how that's broken down in construct, this is it: the attention, the interest, the desire, and action. So that's as simple as it is. And if you go back to the content planning matrix, this is exactly what I shared with the template as well on how to create your ad copy based on attention, interest, desire, and action. And here's a live example on how I do it. So hopefully that gives you the guidance and insights, and hopefully the confidence to do this. Now, one thing I want you to also take away from this is, by no means am I saying this ad will not work for you. What I am saying is there is a better way to construct your ad. What I would also do is, if, for example, a copywriter came to me and said, hey, I've got this ad, I've got this copy, test it. Like, don't ever assume that because I do something, your competitor does something, your friend suggests something, that's just going to be the way it should be done. Test it. I mean, do it for yourself. Take copy like this that is more functional and more direct, and test it against something like this. I mean, this alone is a great split test. All you're doing is changing the copy, same headline, same image. See which copy works. Then try changing the image. Try this image with this ad copy, for example. And you know what I would actually do, even though this example is more around the kind of emotional hook, is if I was to kind of build on it, I would merge the two. So I would hook people in on the emotion. Further down, you know, where I say create your uniquely personalized message at, I might, you know, try and include some of these further down as well, because if I've hooked them, if they've read all the way down, I don't want them to be having too many questions in their mind. So one ad might be, you know, I include this information here, then click here, and then on the landing page, I would make sure that I start to include a bit more of the functional reasons to buy, or maybe I'd put it here as well. And then also I would take that copy into my retargeting, because, for example, if that person does not buy there and then, even if I've created a great ad for them, and you know they have reached my lander, they've engaged with my landing page, but they haven't quite purchased yet, I might run this kind of ad, which is I know that you visited my site, and I might change the first few lines, but then give them the reasons to break down or try and break down their barriers. So, for example, how does it work? Can I trust you? Who are you? Expensive, lack of reviews. There's probably something there that's missing, especially if you've written an ad like this and it's not long form, it's not short, it's somewhere kind of in between that. If they've read the copy and they've committed to click into the site, and especially if I'm using a pixel-based event to look at engagement. So, for example, time spent on the lander, or scrolling down a percentage on that page, which we cover off in the pixel section, then I can at least know that they've shown a keen interest in what I'm doing, and then I can build my retargeting ads based on that. So at least for me, because I've been doing this for many years, it's become easier to construct my ads, but I want you to have that as well. This is the simplest template. It doesn't matter what you're selling. Attention, interest, desire, and action. Attention might come from copy and first few lines, might just be, the creative and the first few lines might just be the creative. It really depends on the ad format. But this is the way that I write copy, and it works regardless of your niche, your price of the product, what type of product you're selling, just absolutely works. And it's really important to try and get this into your kind of ways of working to create better ad copy that you take into your Lander, and it just works so much better.